So when you understand what the Bible is truly saying, you then come to the understanding that the Bible is not talking about something to come. It's not talking about the end times. There are no prophecies in the Bible. It's as above, so below, as within, so without.
Yeah, it's an excellent question, Caleb. We need to remember, you stay there because we may interact a little bit. We need to remember that the Bible is written from an observer perspective. So there are times when it appears, say, God is angry with Israel and he's going to wipe Israel out. And then Moses goes and prays and apparently changes God's mind from our perspective, right? But in reality, what's going on is that God always knew that Moses would pray, and he always knew that he would relent based on what Moses had done.
Now, this is very interesting because a lot of people will say that the Bible is an eyewitness account, even though it's been proven many, many times by many different historians and many people who have studied the Bible that the Bible is not a historical document. It's not a historical book. Also, the Bible was written in a third-person narrative, so there's no possible way it could have been an eyewitness account. It's a collection of books that describe a sort of mythology, no less, no doubt. But understand that the Bible is written in parables, it's written in riddles, it's written in a certain way in which only a few people are supposed to understand it. The masses may contribute their life to the stories of the Bible and think that it's true, but the elites, the ones who understand the esoteric knowledge and the understanding of the Bible, understand that it's talking about who they are and what goes on within them. It's talking about their soul journey. So when you understand what the Bible is truly saying, you then come to the understanding that the Bible is not talking about something to come. It's not talking about the end times. There are no prophecies in the Bible. It's as above, so below, as within, so without. Most of the time it's talking about the anatomy of your body. Other times it's talking about the enlightenment of consciousness and gaining understanding and knowledge. Everything from when Adam and Eve ate from the apple, all the way to when Jacob was wrestling with the angel, all the way to Moses spreading the Red Sea, all the way to Jesus dying on the cross. Everything is talking about consciousness. With that being said, for the sake of argument, you have these people who will say that the Bible is written in an observer perspective. So whenever you see God change his mind when talking to Adam or when talking to Moses or whatever the situation or context of the story may be, you have to understand that if it's written in an observer perspective, that means it's subjective. Man was inspired by God to create the Bible. That's what it even tells you this in your own Bible. So when you come to this understanding, then you will realize that the Bible isn't objective, because it's written from an observer perspective, which means how I observe God is subjective. How I view God is subjective, because how I see God is different from how another person sees God. So if the Bible is written from an observer perspective, who is to say that this person and how he sees God, whoever wrote the Bible, right? Whoever was the original creator for this story, who is to say that they were right?